really trust and believe in the things that have helped us be successful, and have enough humility to understand our role and what we need to do to help the team be successful, and certainly have the willingness as a family and a group to serve each other and help each other so that we have the best opportunity to accomplish this. And it's not really about judging. It's not really about complaining. It's not really about questioning. It's really about buying in and actually doing all that you can do to submit to the things that you have to do to have the best opportunity to be successful. We're basically an unproven team in some areas. There's a lot of question marks, because of the players that we lost and the players that we have coming in. And in some cases, they're critical positions, like quarterback. We have a transfer player, Blake Sims, who's been in the program, who's a little different style quarterback, who was our quarterback in the spring, and certainly going to compete for the position, and a couple other young guys who haven't really played much. So this is an unproven area for us, and creates a question mark as to there's always going to be a process that a player has to go through to play winning football. So, but it does create a little question mark as to, when is this going to resolve itself? We got a little bit of that in the offensive line and replacing several starters. Defensively, we weren't probably quite as good as we were last year as we were in the past. So we're in a little bit of a rebuilding situation, even though we played a lot of young players that we hope and have had the right attitude and character to improve and be more consistent players. There still is some question marks about how our defense comes together. We have two new specialists. We're probably going to have a freshman punter as our punter, and Adam Griffin is going to be a new field goal kicker. So we're a team that has a lot of question marks, and it's always our intent to do everything that we can to help our players be successful in every way, in their personal development as well as academically, and being able to develop a career off the field, and which is what's going to benefit them most in life, as well as their development as football players. And that's what we're going to continue to try to do our best so that we can have the best possible program in the country. We had 3 changes on our staff. I know there's some interest. 2 of the guys, Bo Davis and Kevin Steele, had been on our staff before, so they're just coming back. But lots of interest in Lane Kiffin, who has done a really, really good job, for us. The players have responded to him very well. New energy, new enthusiasm, new ideas to do some things offensively that probably would enhance our chances of being successful. I'm really excited to have the opportunity to work with him. I think all of us would be remiss. I was a head coach once and went back and worked as an assistant, and that's a difficult transition for anybody, and I think Lane has certainly handled that, very, very well. I think there's one challenge in college football that I'd like to just, talk about, and I think it speaks a little bit to the culture of, young people that we all have to deal with. And I know that many of you probably have children, especially that are adolescents. I've gone through that with 2 who are now growing and either married and have children, or getting married and both graduated from college. But sometimes these adolescents disappoint us. And how do we react to that? How do we respond to that when you have a family and you have someone in your family who disappoints you? And we certainly can't kick them out of our family. I think we have to try to support them, teach them, and get them to do the right things, because we love them, we care about them. And I think we probably have some of those issues sometimes with our players. And I think there's a greater disparity in the behavioral culture of our young people now when they come to college. Some people refer to it as maturity. Then maybe there ever has been in the past, and we keep growing a little bit further and further apart with the older guys on our team versus the younger guys on our team. And we all have a program that tries to help these guys develop the kind of thoughts, habits, and priorities that are going to help them be successful and successful in their life. But their ability to make good choices and decisions, to control their impulsive behaviors, and do things correctly is something this process, sort of helps develop. And if you see it on our team with the older, more mature guys versus the younger guys, you see that the process really does work. It has a tremendous effect. I mean, we've had 89 players compete at Alabama in the last 6 years who had a degree, already had a degree, graduated early, some kind of way. We had 28 last year in the Sugar Bowl. 2 of them had master's degrees. Still playing, but had their degrees, which is the ultimate of what we want to try to accomplish with these players. So this process that we're talking about, which involves a little bit of discipline, which I don't know if we really kind of relate to this the way I do, but I think discipline is, here's something that you want to do, here's something that you're supposed to do, that you really don't want to do. Can you make yourself do it? And over here is something you're not supposed to do, but you really want to do it. Can you keep yourself from doing it? Well, controlling these impulsive behaviors is a little bit different for all of us now, at our age and our maturity level, versus when we were 17 and 18 years old. I'm not speaking for you, but I will speak for me. I've changed a lot in that regard. So my point is, we need to help this process, and it takes a while to develop this process. And you know what? It's developed off the field. This discipline is developed off the field. Just like if we redshirt a player because he lacks strength, where is the strength developed? It's developed in the weight room, and then it's applied on the field. Discipline is developed off the field. And with the players in our family, on our team, we're going to do things that are going to help them change their behavior so that they have a better chance to be successful. And I want you to know that there's not one player, since I've been a head coach, that I kicked off the team, that ever went anywhere and amounted to anything and accomplished anything, playing or academically. So that's not always the answer. Discipline is not punishment. Punishment is only effective when it can help change somebody's behavior. Now, when somebody proves they can't be a part of an organization, then sometimes you got to get the wrong people off the bus. I get that. But I just want you all to know that we all have to be committed to trying to help our young people, from a culture standpoint, have a better chance to be successful in their life. And that's something that we're very much committed to, and really is the reason that we coach. Because that's the part that I like the best. And it gives me the most positive self-gratification to see somebody have a chance to be successful. So with that, any questions? If you have a question,